Most men believe getting what they want from a woman is about luck or charm, something elusive and beyond their control. But what if I told you that it's not about charm, good looks, or even chance? In fact, 99% of the time, it's not about genetics or fortune. It's about understanding and applying timeless wisdom from Stoic philosophy. Stoicism teaches us that control lies within our responses, not external circumstances. By mastering Stoic principles, you can cultivate inner strength, emotional control, and authenticity, qualities that naturally attract others, including women. In this journey, you'll discover how to embody the Stoic mindset and develop an effortless power that isn't based on manipulation or luck. Instead, you'll learn to build genuine confidence, emotional resilience, and charisma, all while respecting yourself and others. The result? A natural and powerful approach to getting exactly what you want from women. Keep reading to learn how the Stoic philosophy can transform your relationships and make you irresistible without ever relying on luck. The power of indifference. Why chasing doesn't work. In today's world, many men fall into the trap of constantly chasing women. They send endless texts, make elaborate plans, and remain overly available. But this behavior often leads to rejection rather than the attraction they seek. The more you chase, the less likely she is to chase back. It's a cycle that leaves men frustrated, wondering why their efforts don't lead to meaningful connections. Enter Stoicism, a powerful philosophy that teaches detachment from outcomes. At its core, Stoicism emphasizes accepting life as it comes, especially in relationships. It encourages focusing on what you can control, your actions, your mindset, while letting go of attachment to specific results. In relationships, this means not desperately seeking someone's approval or constantly worrying about the next move. It's about maintaining inner peace regardless of external circumstances. When applied to dating, Stoicism suggests that being indifferent to the outcome flips the attraction dynamic. By remaining calm, composed, and not desperate, you convey a sense of self-sufficiency and confidence. Instead of chasing validation, you prioritize your own growth and goals. Women are naturally attracted to men who are independent, have their own lives, and don't rely on others for their happiness. Examples are abundant in everyday life. Men who stop chasing and instead focus on their passions, careers, or personal development often find themselves more attractive. When they stop seeking constant attention, women start noticing their confidence and ambition, which are qualities that draw people in. They become less available, but in doing so, they increase their value. So, if you want to build stronger, more genuine connections, stop over-investing emotionally in the early stages of a relationship. Focus on your own life, goals, and happiness. When you stop chasing, you might just find that attraction comes naturally. Creating emotional mastery. Why women are drawn to emotion, not status. Emotional mastery plays a crucial role in attraction. While wealth and status might initially grab attention, it's the way a man makes a woman feel that sustains her interest. Women are inherently drawn to emotional connections that stir up deep feelings, not just the superficial markers of success. When a man is emotionally engaging, it creates a dynamic that feels more fulfilling and lasting than material wealth alone. Emotional currency. One of the most compelling aspects of attraction is a man's emotional range. It's not just about being calm and collected all the time. It's about creating a roller coaster of emotions that women find exciting. This emotional volatility, where a man can make her feel excitement, tension, and mystery keeps her engaged. The unpredictability of his emotional expressions draws her in, keeping her on her toes and emotionally invested in the dynamic. Push-pull technique. A powerful element of emotional mastery is the push-pull technique. It involves alternating between offering praise and affection and pulling back slightly with teasing or subtle withdrawal. One moment, he compliments her, making her feel valued and admired. The next, he might playfully tease or show a hint of detachment. This creates a tension that keeps the woman intrigued and craving his attention. It's this back and forth that builds emotional depth and attracts her. Examples. Real-life examples abound. Think of a man who maintains a calm, collected demeanor in a group, but when interacting with her, he gently challenges her ideas or teases her playfully. This creates emotional highs and lows, which she associates with excitement and passion. When she feels like she's on an emotional roller coaster, the intrigue deepens. Storytelling is another powerful tool in creating emotional engagement. When a man shares captivating stories with a calm and collected demeanor, he generates curiosity and anticipation. The emotional tension comes from not knowing what comes next, which keeps her engaged in the moment. It's not just about the stories themselves, but the way they are told, carefully crafted, leaving her wanting more. This emotional mastery, when wielded correctly, can make a man unforgettable. Mastering the art of stoic indifference. Why caring too much kills. Attraction. Attraction isn't something you can force. When a man overcares or seems desperate, it can have the opposite effect of what he intends. Women have an uncanny ability to sense neediness from a distance. The more a man seeks validation or approval, especially from a woman, the less appealing he becomes. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, teaches the value of emotional detachment. It stresses the importance of finding validation within oneself, rather than relying on external sources, such as a woman's attention. Stoic detachment doesn't mean being cold or indifferent to people. It's about maintaining emotional control and not allowing someone's actions to dictate your worth. When you can't control how others perceive you, the only thing you can control is how you react. This mindset is at the core of the high-value man. A high-value man has his own life, his own purpose, and doesn't hinge his self-worth on anyone else's approval. He is not concerned with constantly pleasing others or seeking validation. Instead, he lives authentically, fully invested in his goals, which automatically makes him more attractive. Take, for example, men who stop over-explaining themselves or obsessing over every word or action. Instead of chasing approval, they let things unfold naturally. Ironically, it's these men who often see women chasing them. They've mastered the art of caring just enough, without desperation, and this magnetic energy is what draws others in. So, if you want to attract the right person, focus on your mission. Cultivate an aura of strength and independence. Women don't want men who are desperate for their attention. They want to win over a man who is focused, confident, and unwavering in his own sense of self. Keep your emotional balance and watch how things shift. Silence is golden. Why saying less gets you? Many men believe that talking more is the key to impressing a woman, but in reality, silence holds far more power. The art of saying less can create a deep sense of intrigue and leave her wanting more. When you speak less, you allow her to fill in the gaps, sparking curiosity and drawing her in. Imagine two scenarios. In one, a man lists all the qualities he likes in a woman. He's clear, direct, but not particularly exciting. In contrast, Picture a stoic man who remains calm, mysterious, and confident. He says little, but his silence speaks volumes. This mysterious demeanor piques her curiosity and keeps her guessing. The silent man exudes confidence and a sense of control. His quiet presence becomes magnetic because he doesn't rely on words to validate himself. Instead, his silence allows her to project her imagination, wondering what's behind his calm exterior. So, if you want to create lasting intrigue and make a stronger impression, practice the art of saying less. Don't over-explain or share every detail. Let your silence do the talking and leave her wanting to know more. The power of walking away. Why you always win. When you stop chasing. In life, scarcity breeds value. Think about the things you can't easily get, whether it's a rare item, a moment in time, or the attention of someone special. The harder something is to attain, the more people desire it. This principle applies not just to material things, but to relationships, especially when it comes to attraction and respect. One of the key elements to understanding this dynamic is the Stoic mindset. Stoicism teaches us to be free from external validation and not rely on others to feel good about ourselves. For men, this means not chasing after validation from women or anyone else. A Stoic man is secure in who he is, and if he is not valued in a situation, he has no hesitation in walking away. His worth is intrinsic, not based on the approval of others. When men stop chasing and instead focus on their personal growth, their goals, and their passions, something surprising happens. They become more attractive. Women often find themselves more drawn to men who have their own lives and aren't constantly seeking their attention. The moment a man shifts his energy from chasing to building a fulfilling life, he becomes a man of value, someone who commands respect and admiration. There are numerous examples of men who, once they stop clinging and start focusing on their own ambitions, find themselves pursued by women. It's not a manipulation tactic, but rather a natural result of a man becoming the best version of himself. His independence and confidence become magnetic. The power of walking away lies in this principle. Women respect men who maintain their independence and self-respect. When you stop settling for less and start valuing yourself, you'll find that people begin to value you as well. So, take control of your own path, stop chasing, and embrace the scarcity of your attention. In doing so, you'll become the kind of person others seek out, rather than the one always chasing after others. The Stoic art of non-attachment. Why being present, not attached, is key to success. Attachment often breeds desperation. When a man becomes overly attached to someone, especially a woman, he can quickly develop a fear of losing her. This fear can push her away rather than draw her closer, as it creates an imbalance of power and tension in the relationship. Attachment, therefore, becomes a chain, limiting freedom and causing anxiety. Stoic philosophy offers a powerful alternative. Stoicism teaches us to live in the present moment, focusing on what we can control while releasing our grip on outcomes. The Stoics believed that true peace comes not from clinging to external things, but from cultivating inner calm and self-sufficiency. This mindset helps remove the need for approval and attachment to any specific result, fostering personal growth and resilience. When men adopt this approach, they become more attractive not through desperation, but through their ability to remain grounded and independent. Men who don't overthink or obsess over external validation, especially from women, are often the ones who enjoy the best, most balanced relationships. They understand that their happiness isn't dependent on anyone else. Men, It's time to embrace the Stoic mindset of non-attachment. Be present, enjoy the moment, and live your life without allowing your happiness to hinge on anyone's approval. This will not only improve your relationships, but will help you find true contentment. In conclusion, we've explored key Stoic principles such as indifference, emotional mastery, silence, walking away, and non-attachment. These principles empower you to maintain control over your emotions, respond with calm, and navigate relationships with strength and clarity. Remember, Stoicism isn't about being detached or cold. It's about mastering your inner power and embracing freedom from external circumstances. Now, I encourage you to apply these principles in your daily interactions, and, most importantly, grab your free ebook, The Stoic Mindset, Mastering Relationships with Calm and Control. Here's a question for you. Are you ready to embrace the Stoic approach and get everything you want from women?